So I wasn't always a Christian, and I went through a period in my life when acting was my God, and I really worshipped it. I really wanted to be successful. I would compare myself to my other friends. I would look at my past films and be hard on myself, and it was just really, really dark. On top of that, not being happy about myself and who I was, and I knew something was wrong. So it was 2015, and I had just went to Toronto Film Festival with a film, and I had another film lined up. And I remember I was going to Canada, and I remember I just heard this voice. It was just like, this is the last, you're gonna take a break, a big break after this. And I was like, no, nah, I got films, I got jobs, I'm lined up, I'm good. But that voice was really true. And I came home and I kind of just realized that something was missing, and I didn't know what it was, but I had to find out. And I remember at the time, some of my friends were Christians, and I always would hang out with them and I'd see their light. And it's not no airy-fairy thing like Jesus. No, it was literally like peace and joy and serenity. And I noticed that they had something that I didn't have, but I was too scared to approach it because I believed that Jesus was this, no offense, this is what I thought in my mind. Jesus was a white guy with blonde hair, blue eyes, how can he relate to me? And it was so warped in my mind, like it was not correct, my approach to Jesus. And I remember I just started to seek, and he would just literally line me up with friends. Like my friends would meet me who were Christians and be like, do you want to go Bible study? And they would never ask me this, and I'd be like, yes. And I'd be like, why did I say that? I don't even know like what the Bible is. I don't even know what chapter to turn to. I don't even know like how do you do that? And then I just realized that something was missing, and I started to seek, and Jesus was my last hope. And I remember my friend called me, and one day I was in a dark room, literally, I had this pattern, because my depression was so deep, I had this pattern of putting myself in a dark room. And he called me, and he was on his way to South Africa, and he said, something's not right, and God told me to call you, and I burst out crying. And he was like, yeah, like something's not right, like I don't feel that you're in the right place. And I confessed, and I was like, I'm not happy and I don't know what to do. And he said to me, well, there's Jesus. And I was so honest, I was like, bro, how do I relate to this Jesus you talk of? Like, I don't think that's for me. And he was just like, at least try. He's like, I tried and he helped me. So he gave me, he said, I'm gonna give you Matthew 6:33. And then he said that I should seek first the kingdom and his righteousness. And righteousness, and all shall be added on. And I took it, and I turned off my phone. He went on his flight, and I said, Jesus, like, if you're real, then show me. And then I stopped acting. I gave it up. I said I never want to do it again. And then I gave my life to him, and like I reflect and I just always cry, like I always cry about it. But I gave my life to him, and I told him in that room when I came off the phone, I said, I'm gonna give you a year, and he literally changed it in a month. Showed up, and I had all of these those amazing encounters and I gave my life to him. And I remember the night I gave my life to him, I literally felt like whatever spirits, like darkness was leaving me, and he swapped it. I felt it. I was on my knees in the middle of the road and my hands was up, and I literally, like, I gave my life, and then I ran out of the church with my friend. I was like, I feel like running, so I run a little. Like, literally, like, this thing just lifted up, and I literally screamed, and I felt this other thing, Holy Spirit. And after that, I'm telling you, the peace that I had, the joy that I had, I literally was like, I'm never going back to acting, and I kept praying and I kept going to church. And then one day in like January, he was just like, I want you to go back. I was praying in my room. And he's like, I want you to go back. And I said, I don't want to go back because I don't want to be, you know, like when Moses said, like, if you're not going, I don't want to go. So I was like, if you're not going to go, I'm not going. And he said that I can trust you now. I called my agent and I was like, she's like, are you coming out of retirement? I was like, yeah. But I just trusted the Lord. I trusted the Lord. I trusted that he had my back and that I wasn't gonna leave him. I was gonna stay with him. So I stayed with him, and every single job from that point was amazing. I found myself working with Steven Spielberg. I found myself working with Liam Neeson, and I thought that was it. And I was so content. I promise you, I was so content. I was like, God, I'm ready to have Jesus time now, right? You know about the Jesus time. And after this, then I was on set finishing up a project in London, and this audition came for Black Panther. And I did it. And I did the audition, and then I forgot about it. And then every day after I sent the tape, he kept saying to me, pray about Black Panther. And I was like, why are you telling me to pray about this? Like, I did the tape, I've let it go, that's it, Lord. Like, I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not worshiping acting anymore. Like, it's cool. But he was just like, pray about it, please. And I was just like, and he was like, pray about it. And I prayed about it. I was like, all right, Lord, like, I give Black Panther to you. Like, I keep giving it to you, Lord. And then one day in praying, he revealed to me what he wanted to do, and he said, I'm gonna give you the role. And I said, Lord, I've not heard anything, like no one's called me back. He was just like, I'm gonna give you a couple signs. He said, someone's gonna call you to go to LA. And then he gave me like information about the contract.
Wow.
And then I was like, all right, Lord, like, whatever you're trying to do in it, like, cool. And then literally like a month later, my agent at the time called me and said, Black Panther, the team wants to see you in LA. Wow. And then he started to go through the details of the contract, and one of the signs came true. And then I went and met everybody. I left again. I was just like, God, if you don't want me to have it, it's okay. If this was like a little faith step thing, it's cool. It's cool. But then before I went to LA, he said to me, he said, I'm giving you the role of Shuri. So I was like, what? Like, I haven't even met Ryan, I haven't even met anyone yet. And he said, tell your agent that you've got the role. Don't get on the plane before you do. So I got the key to get you. So God was like telling me to speak it. So I'm in front of my agent right now, about to get on a plane to LA tomorrow without confirmation. And I said to him, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, the Lord told me that I'm coming off the plane with the role of Shuri in Black Panther. And he's like, so he sat there, he looked at me and he was just like, you got the role then? And he's just like, if God told you, then that's it.